What's up, guys? Welcome to the Straight Talk Podcast with Professor Red Pill. So tonight, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, crypto, and all kinds of wonderful jazz and the Trump inauguration. Remember, tomorrow we will be going live for the inauguration. Rachel she's traveling to DC as we speak. She's going to be there live at the event. We're going to podcast it live on our 3 different networks that we're on or 3 channels. And it's going to be interesting. We're going to see what's going to happen. But there is some interesting stuff going on with crypto right now. I'm going to go ahead and add to the stage current Bitcoin price. It's been doing a lot of crazy stuff, man. Bitcoin hit over $100,000 recently. It's at 104,000. It's been staying steady at 104 to the Trump inauguration, which is going to be tomorrow in the US. I'm in the future, so we're already almost in Monday. But yeah, basically Dogecoin's been doing crazy stuff too. And there's a new crypto on the market now. I guess it's XRP. And that one has jumped tremendously. There's a lot more information out there than I know, but I can tell you the people that I've been talking to with XRP, some say it's a pump and dump, but it has been jumping. And I'm going to say the future is most likely crypto. And again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is just what I do. But I'm very heavy in crypto, and I'm very optimistic. I'm bag holding right now because I'm waiting for it to hit. And they're projecting Dogecoin to hit $3 after Trump administration. They're also predicting Bitcoin to hit unfathomable amount of numbers. So I mean, we're going this way, I think, with digital currency. Obviously, we talked about the fiat currency, the US dollar, what's going on economically. I'm going to get into that. But more importantly, like I said, crypto, I bought in early, not doing too bad. I'm up quite a bit. And like I said, it just depends what you're wanting to put it in. But Bitcoin is going, man. It's going to the moon. It seems like right now. And a lot of the speculation, a lot of this pushing towards this crypto, it seems to be definitely politically motivated. And not only politically motivated, but you guys know I've been talking about this for 2 years in the Telegram group. Link is in the description, as well as on my local channel. Link is also in the description. Rumble 3 gets you $3 off your first month's membership. You can click the join button, join now, support the channel. That goes 100% to me. A little small portion goes to, for processing stuff, but I get most of that money. And definitely go to locals and join. I give extra types of private content in there and stuff I can't really cover in Rumble. And a lot of stuff we cover in Telegram is in there as well. Different posts, different analysis, geopolitically, what's going on, economics, where this is all going. Anyway, long story short, the US dollar is basically dog shit. It's dog shit. Let's just face facts. When FDR took the United States off the gold standard, the current buying power of the US dollar went to 95 cents to each dollar. Like literally, you lost 95 cents on the dollar, each dollar you spent. This is during Obama-Trump presidency. Now that Biden's been in with the Biden bucks and the QE and to infinity and beyond, and like all kinds of wonderful shit, and Biden economics, we're getting close to that 97 buying power at 3 cents on the dollar from when the dollar was on the gold standard. I'm pretty sure we're getting close to a 99 cents. So we're like 1 penny to each dollar is what it's worth. Like your buying power from when it was on gold standard. Now, the thing is geopolitically what's going on. You guys know I'm in Tbilisi, and right now in Tbilisi, there is some interesting stuff going on. They're very obviously in Tbilisi and Georgia and Russia and this part of the world, they are very heavy on crypto. Very, very, very heavy on crypto. And the reason why they're very heavy on crypto is because they're worried about the dollar collapse. That's why. And of course, ruble and other things going on too with the fiat. They're all fiat currencies at the end of the day. Now, that being said, Georgia, Tbilisi, Georgia, right now, has been going through protests. They had a recent election, and the opposition party to the party that took majority is not happy and going to the streets. I've talked to the people here in Tbilisi, and the vast majority of people do not support the government. Let's just face facts. I talked to a lot of people, different walks of life, different backgrounds, different, some that speak only Georgian, some that are English speaking Georgian, some that are Russian speaking Georgian. A lot of the Georgians are suffering economically. The main things that are being said are the prices have doubled, the salaries have stayed the same, and the EU acquisition, so becoming part of the EU, has been halted, and then the economic sanctions from the United States, the EU, because of the government, what's going on geopolitically. So I've noticed, I walked around the city of Tbilisi, the capital. It's in disrepair, man. There's like roads like not finished, street, buildings tagged, historical buildings too that have been renovated recently, like last 5 years. You know, buildings being tagged, streets being tagged, with graffiti and whatnot. A lot of just disrepair, and they're building like crazy here. There's lots of stuff going up, and it's possibly going to see a bubble here, an economic bubble in the real estate, and that's where most of the foreign investments coming in. A lot of the foreign investment that's coming into Georgia, Republic of Georgia, Tbilisi, is primarily in real estate. Some economic development, some trade, but for the most part, a lot of it's tourism and real estate. Anyway, there's a bubble coming, and there's going to be a recession coming here. I think we're already kind of in that recession in Georgia. The economic sanctions didn't help, and people are just unhappy. That's the reality. It's really bad. It's getting really bad here. And not only here, but it seems like it's getting bad in Russia. It's obviously, we know in Europe it's really, really, really bad. They are in serious turmoil. They're in worse condition or worse situation than in Georgia. The difference is the EU has some safety nets, and they have some universal health care and different types of like things, but those are going to fail ultimately because the industry cannot run their machines. Businesses can't operate because of the embargoes with Russia, with the Nord Stream and the oil and all that you guys know about. So Europe is in chaos, and we know I left the United States, as I told you, because the prices have tripled in my area. I was in South Florida, and the rents went from, I think the rent that the apartment I was renting was 400 before COVID, and then before I left, I think it jacked all up to $900, and that was only like what, a 4 year, like 2 or 3 year period, like just doubled, more than doubled. And not only that, but the energy cost doubled, food cost doubled, sometimes tripled, taxation went up, everything. So it literally, it got to a point where it was like, yeah, I can't live here economically. It's just not sustainable. So I went to Georgia, and Georgia's obviously it's roughly about a third to maybe half the price of living in the United States, and I live in the same standard of living as in America. Plus the taxation's a little bit different. The job market's a little bit different. America, the job market, we talked about this in the previous podcast about jobs, and where are the jobs? We don't know. So that being said, that's where a lot of the speculation is going with crypto, because basically, fiat currency is failing. It's collapsing in real time, and people are looking for alternative assets to put their money in because, um, although housing tripled and quadrupled and all that stuff, I think that we're in a bubble. And I said we're in bubble territory, that it's going to burst in 2025. I wrote an article about this in 2014. I've talked about it for many years in the Telegram group. Not only myself, but other economists, and I'm not really economists, but economists, Gerald Celente, a whole bunch of different people, influencers on social media, have been saying the same thing. We're in bubble territory. There's going to be an economic collapse or an economic crash of epic proportions that we haven't seen since probably the Great Depression. That's why crypto is doing what it's doing. That's part of it. The other thing is the speculation, because a lot of, like I said before, a lot of boomers, are now probably getting into it with the EFTs. I said would probably end up happening, and that did happen. So the boomers are now putting money in crypto, pumping it up with the EFTs. Banks are now buying it. BlackRock's now buying it. A lot of investment firms are buying it because of the returns that they're getting on it. I'm not telling you guys to go buy it. That's on you. If you do your own research, figure out what you want to do and what's best for your financial situation. Not financial advice. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But that being said, crypto definitely seems like it's going to replace. It's not going to. I don't think it's going to replace fiat. It's just going to become. I think it's going to become a more stable asset. As we've seen, Bitcoin has stayed within that 90 to 100,000 range. Doge has went up. It's went back to, I think yesterday or within the last 48 hours, it went back to 40 cents a coin, or 40 cents per coin. And it's staying pretty stable around that 35 to 42 range. And like I said, we'll see. I don't know. It could dump. It could crash. It could go up. I'm not sure. I just think that the more popular it gets, and the more that the more the trading of these cryptos becomes more popular, and they start using it for commerce, like Elon Musk had talked about, and like in Georgia, you could buy real estate with crypto now. They'll take it. They'll take crypto for services here too. So like crypto is being more widely used in this part of the world than I've seen in the United States. And it's becoming more and more prevalent as a means of trade. They don't tax it here. It's not taxed. I don't believe it's taxed in Russia, but I'm not sure on that. You got to, do your own research on that. But I know in Georgia specifically, it's not taxed at all. It's considered a foreign asset, and they don't tax foreign assets. It's how they do their tax structure. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's very popular. A lot of people are getting into it. And the thing is, right now, is that it was predicted that these cryptocurrencies would start to pump up a little bit to the Trump inauguration. And the reason why is because apparently Trump is very pro crypto, and Musk is also pro crypto. And apparently, Musk is going to be part of this Doge, like revamping and restructuring of the government to cut spending. So these speculations are definitely there. And a lot of people have optimism for crypto as a means of trade and a means of investment due to all of these geopolitical situations. Personally, yeah, I mean, why not? Like I said, I diversify my portfolio and my investments for retirement and things of that nature. Arts, collectible, gold, silver, crypto, put in a lot of different things. And like I said, it's just whatever you think is best for you. Talk to your financial advisor and see what's the best option for you. I pulled completely out of the stock market, and I took all that money and I put it in crypto right before it went up. So I basically tripled my investment. Any losses I took in the stock market, I gained them back with crypto. And that's just what I did. That being said, follow more of us. Follow more. We talk about this in the Telegram group. Come join the Telegram group. We'll talk about it. And yeah, we'll go from there. Like it's just keep tuned. Also tomorrow, again, we're going to be live for the Trump inauguration. So as we continue getting closer to the Trump inauguration, we may see the crypto spike a little bit more. And after the inauguration, depending on what happens, we don't know. There's uncertainty in this world. And, if everything goes well and, Trump becomes the next president, sworn in as president, we could very well see crypto do some really wacky stuff. It's going to be doing this kind of stuff, but it may just go pew, like this. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not, but you never know. That being said, thanks, guys. Remember, come tomorrow. Tune in. I'll inform everybody in the Telegram group. Everybody's gonna be well aware when we're going live. And subscribe so you get that notification when we do go live. That way you can come right in and start watching right away. Our guys on Twitch, welcome, Locals and Rumble, and on Telegram. That's it. Signing off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.